Alright, so my mom was really upset I didn't get a proper belly shot in last time. And if you've ever wondered why pregnant women always put their hands on top of their stomachs and underneath their boobs, it's because otherwise, when you look at the image, the bump doesn't look quite as big and it looks kind of like you're a flat plane. Just adds a bit of a definition and shape, which is why getting those little belts is also a good idea. Hello everyone. I'll be at 37 weeks in 2 days. I'm filming this video a little bit early because we're going to be going out of town for the afternoon. But I still wanted to give you an update for the week, and I'll still be uploading this on my normal Sunday, Monday-ish schedule. So my mom discovered my channel this week. That's new. A little awkward. I don't know. No, she's nice. She's very excited, and she's excited about all the pregnancy updates. And so if you make a comment and somebody that sounds very grandmotherly responds to you, that might be her. Hi, Mom. I wanted to share a couple of things that have been highlights and lowlights over the last few weeks, because there has been a lot going on, and last week I just did the hospital bag. I didn't do a proper update what's been going on sort of a thing. So I've spent a lot of time over the last 2 weeks at the hospital's maternity emergency room type thing, because as I told you in my last update, I was having some itching. And my midwife sent me right away because it could just be an allergy. It can also just be hormonal from the pregnancy. Some women it's just a weird thing and they just get that symptom and it's too bad for them. But it's also something you really need to get checked out because it could potentially be a liver problem. Now, all my tests came back negative. Everything was fine. And while I'm still itching a bit, it's calmed down a lot since I last updated you. But the highlight to spending so much time in the hospital and being on monitoring and having them check for everything and doing all these blood tests is they found out that I was contracting way too much for somebody who was at the stage of pregnancy where I was at. And normally when you see like the little graphs, if nothing's going on, it's going like this. And if you're in labor, it'll jump up like this. It'll kind of plateau while you're having a contraction, go down, and then plateau down low when your body's relaxed, and then pick back up again a few minutes later. And my whole chart went like this. So I was apparently just spasming and like contracting all the time, which I was like, oh, well that makes sense. I've been feeling those pains, but I thought it was just growing pains with the pregnancy. They gave me a medicine to stop it called Spasfon. And I talked to my midwife, and apparently it's a little bit of a placebo drug, so if you don't take it, it's kind of one of those things. They give it to you because it makes you feel better and it makes you think that you're doing something to calm down the contractions, but it's not actually efficient. It doesn't actually do that very well. And if they're real contractions that are working on the cervix, they won't do anything anyways if you're actually in labor. So you'll have to ask your midwife about that if you ever get pregnant in France, because this is a pill that they give throughout the entire pregnancy and in like large amounts, and they tell you, I think you can have up to 8 a day or something like that. And I just prefer not to take any medicine if I don't really have to. And my midwife agreed that that was kind of an unnecessary thing, so I don't have to take that. And now that I'm at 37 weeks, I can let the contractions come as much as they want, and hopefully they'll just be working on prepping my body for the big day. To go along with that and like contractions and things like that, there was one low light of this week. The big bummer was last Saturday. So when I was just at 36 weeks, I was contracting all night long, like very frequently, very regularly. Kept waking me up. I'd try to fall back asleep and I could only sleep for like 5-minute intervals. I mean, it was really happening, and they were really painful, and they felt like period cramps. I got so excited because I thought, oh, we're finally gonna meet the little lady. And then Sunday afternoon, everything calmed down. She's not ready to come out anyways, it's too early, but it was still a little bit disappointing because when you think in your head like, oh, this is it, this is the real thing, I've been laboring and having strong contractions now regularly at like 2 or 3 minute intervals for the last 10 hours, you know, something's coming, I'm gonna have the baby now, and then you don't get to meet her at the end. It's just disappointing. It's not a bad thing, but it's you know, that was the low light. So just really quickly, something interesting that I learned about babies in France, I guess, this week. I don't really know. But you know these baby gown things? Like this, where they're pajamas, but with no feeties? Yeah, this one's from Target. My mom sent to me. It's really cute with the little elephant. Apparently these don't exist in France because I asked a couple of people. I wanted to buy some more just to have in my stash. And everybody was like, I've never seen that before. What is that? I don't know. And I asked like other moms and they'd never even heard of that, never seen it. I was like, what's the word for this in French? Like the gowny thing. And they would just be like, we've never seen that before. So if you're an American living in France and you really want the little nightgowns so it's easier to change their diaper during the night, then I suggest having somebody from back home send you a bunch of them because they are not easy to find here. I'm sure it's possible to find them. Anything's possible, but it's not going to be worth all the effort, I don't think. Moving on to things baby doesn't need, but it's just, you know, you accidentally bought it anyways. I got a Webanub. These are those little pacifier things with the animals on. They sell them on eBay. I know they've got a couple of styles on Amazon France, but they don't have very many at all. But on eBay they sell them and they're super soft and so cute. We hesitated for a long time between the giraffe and the elephant, and then they just came out with the zebra one and I just loved it right away. And hopefully baby will like it. According to my French due date, baby could hang out till April. I think the maximum date they'll let her stay in there is April 11th. But my American due date is March 28th. It's a big difference and I'm kind of going crazy about wondering when she's coming. I'd love to be able to plan this. I know you can't and you shouldn't, but it's really, like for my personality type, the organizer in me really wants to just know when she's coming. And I also think with all of the contractions I've been having and all of the pain and things like that, it would be so much easier to like tolerate if I knew she was coming in 2 weeks or if I knew she was coming in 4 weeks, because then I could tell myself, okay, I just need to hold on this much longer. But because I don't know, it's like, it's every time I start getting regular contractions, I'm like, oh, this could be tonight or it could be in 4 or 5 weeks when they induce me. I really don't want to get induced. One more interesting difference between France and America as far as pregnancy goes is I just got prescribed a ton of homeopathics, which I don't think any American doctor would do. I've heard of people in America losing their licenses for like introducing homeopathic remedies and stuff. I'm a bit of a skeptic when it comes to homeopathics, and by a bit of a skeptic I mean I don't really believe at all. My mother's cringing because on the other side of the screen here, because my mother's a big fan of homeopathics. But apparently, in any case, all of the doctors agree that it won't hurt. And I guess if it's going to be, if my doctor recommends it, I might as well try it. And I'll let you know how that goes. Alright ladies, that is it for the update today. I hope it wasn't too long. I have a tendency to babble on and on. But I had a lot of things I wanted to chat about, and I love hearing your feedback as well and chatting with other moms who've been through similar things. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. You can also check out my blog where I sometimes put a few more details, or I have a few more beauty and fashion posts. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Instagram. I love both of those, and I use Twitter a lot. It's where I'm the most chatty. I hope you're all having a fabulous week, and I will chat with you later. Ciao. I'm kind of scared they put them on the list. I can see why you would want them during your stay, but during delivery, so you don't hear the other women screaming.